Clock on the dot on a Saturday. It is January 15th. I'm First Morning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week. I would say about 365-ish days a year. I mean, I feel like there's usually 1 or 2 days that we can't do it. But at any rate, we try for 365 days a year. We try. Doesn't always hit. This is Coffee Talk. I'm First Morning meteorologist Eric Burris. It is a cold start to the day, but you don't have to take my word for it. First, let's just take a live look outside. You see all the birds there? This is the Kennedy Space Center Launch Complex 39A on the left side. It's beautiful, but yeah, it is most definitely cold. Let's talk temperatures across town. Again, we've started to bring things up, so that's great. But it's still chilly. It's 47 degrees in Orlando. We're sitting at about 41 degrees right now in New Smyrna Beach, 35 degrees in Ocala, 39 in the Villages of Lady Lake. So just be ready, because if you haven't stepped out the door yet, you're certainly in for a bit of a chill. The good news is that while it is a chilly setup running 5 to 10, even at points, 15 degrees cooler than yesterday morning, we rebound wonderfully. Look at these temperatures today. Upper 60s through lunchtime, lower 70s by the afternoon. So the beautiful, bright, sunny weather will get us through the day today. Then we get into some changes. Yeah, Nikki, good morning to you. Frank, how are you? Tim, good morning. Cammie, good morning. Good morning. Kristen, good morning to you. Joanne, John, hope you're doing well. Eric says, morning, Eric. Tad chilly in Titusville. I would agree with you, my friend. Cammie, I need to go tan. Sorry. That's why we have temperatures into the 70s later, so that you can be a little more comfortable outside. All right, let's talk about what we've got. So high pressure in control across the deep south. You can very clearly see that that's giving us great weather this morning. However, if we widen the perspective out a bit, you can very clearly see a big old storm system. It's bringing heavy snows to places like Kansas City this morning. Really glad we're not dealing with that. Now, we do eventually have to deal with that. Here's the overall weather setup for us, okay? Nice, quiet weather today, but that storm system marches our direction over the course of early tomorrow morning, and then back behind it, we get into the cooler, drier air. Yeah, so just be ready, because we do have those changes in store. That said, for today, here's what you need to know. It's a chilly start to the day with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, so jackets needed, but by the afternoon, we're able to start bringing those temperatures into the 70s, and we can shed some of those layers. That's the good news, right? Champagne, good morning to you. Joe, good morning to you. Gloria, morning, everybody. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Gloria. Gloria. Brian, good morning. Loving this break from the heat. So says Santa. Heidi, good morning. Please stop losing weight. You know, I don't have control over it. I'm doing the best I can to eat, but I'm doing the best I can. Debbie says it's only 11 degrees on Long Island. No, thank you. I will take my Florida any day. I'm looking right now, and I don't know if you could see behind me, that today's show is featuring snow and ice and all that mess. No, thank you. Tim says, I flew up to West Virginia last night, and they're expecting a major snowstorm tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing it, but not living in it for a week. Yeah, that's a mess. That's nothing that I deserve. Yeah. Tennessee going to get snow. A lot of people are going to get snow. Evelyn says, and here I was debating which car we should take for a ride, hubby's or mine. Definitely taking the one with the seat warmers. Not a bad idea. Joanne's asking 5K in New Smyrna Beach tomorrow at 7 a.m. Bad weather. I would say, I mean, we can take a look at Futurecast for sure, but I would say that you're definitely going to be up against the clock, right? So we've got storms in the forecast. Let's just talk a little bit about that, all right? So here's the setup. So we start off, and you know, the concern is going to be not for tonight, but for tomorrow morning as those showers and storms march into our area. If you were to ask me about tomorrow's afternoon forecast, I would say you're looking fine. But the morning, yeah, that may be a problem. So let's just take a look at Futurecast. through the day, all right? Through today, look how beautiful. That's gorgeous. Lunchtime, there's our afternoon. Here's 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And notice we're already starting to watch a few showers in our western areas, okay? 10, 11, 12 o'clock, a little bit of rain. Notice early tomorrow morning. Let's just start at 5 a.m. This is when I'll join you for WESH 2 News Sunrise. We're already starting with rain. Now, is there the potential that the model is overdoing it a little bit? Sure, but I do think that we're going to be up against some of these rains around, okay? That's 6:30, 7 o'clock. Notice the more vibrant colors. Based on new model data, the threat for some stronger storms is certainly kind of popping up. I don't think it's going to be an outbreak of severe weather, a widespread thing. And if we were to look this back, give me 2 seconds. If we were to look this back to our LRC, that would be early November. Yeah, so this is a storm system that last time it moved through, it brought... This is the one that impacted us November 5th, okay? Because the 15th. So based on that, this is the storm system that brought us 10 inches of rain in Volusia County the last time it cycled through. Now, we're not going to be talking about 10 inches of rain in Volusia County, but, the models are starting to deepen this just a little bit, okay? So there's 7 a.m. on Futurecast, and you can see the stormy weather out west. Watch how 8 o'clock, stormy weather getting into Sumter, now into Lake County, starting to approach West Volusia County, starting to approach Western Flagler County. 9 o'clock, right in the heart of the metro area. What about 10 o'clock? Pushing out toward New Smyrna Beach. 11 o'clock, kind of getting over toward Brevard County. And then little by little, we'll start to clear it out and just keep a couple of lingering showers. Now, I did have somebody, a friend was asking, I've got an outdoor wedding tomorrow. What can we expect? And it's like, well, in the afternoon time frame, I think you're going to be okay. So this is kind of the idea for at least the worst of the storms, kind of starting to approach you from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. out west, starting to approach the metro 7 to 10, kind of in that window. That's not when the rain happens. That's the window of which we could see the stronger storms marching through your area, okay? So tomorrow is going to be an opportunity to see some stronger storms. Now, in terms of the severe threat, this is where we're at. An isolated or level 1 risk for strong to severe storms tomorrow. And if we break it down threat by threat, damaging wind risk is a 2-3 out of 10. The tornado risk for tomorrow, a 2-3 out of 10. And the large hail risk is a 2-3 out of 10. So we're kind of in the lower range for most everything. I think what we're going to end up seeing, if I'm 100% honest with you, I think we're going to see some strong wind gusts, 40 miles an hour or so. I think that the threat for the severe weather at the moment is in that low risk, okay? So we'll watch to see how this all plays out, but that's kind of what we're looking at right now, all right? Good morning from PCB. Is that Panama City Beach or is that Palm Coast Beach, Michelle? Are we going to get soaked? See, PCB, that could be any number of things. I assume it's Panama City Beach. Okay, so race starts, Ed, at 7 a.m. So if we just come back to Futurecast, okay, and again, 7 a.m. There's 7 a.m. You're looking good in your neighborhood, but do notice out west, those storms are already there. So 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, by 9 o'clock, the storms are starting to knock on your doorstep. So, I would just say, as long as we're running swiftly, right? I mean, it's just a 5K. We're not talking about a half marathon. I would say that, if you're dilly-dallying, you may get into some rain. Now, let's take a look. Give me a second here. Let's take a look at some of the severe weather parameters on Futurecast. All right, hail. Let's look at the hail parameter on Futurecast. Thankfully, not seeing anything showing up. Let's look at the rotation parameter on Futurecast. Not really seeing much. Okay, great. Let's look at the thunder parameter on Futurecast. We are seeing some of that. All right, so Futurecast kind of at the moment saying, yep, could be talking about a little bit of thunder and lightning, but overall we're not too concerned about rotation or hail. So that all plays in perfectly. All right, in terms of rainfall, GFS model, now we're getting into the global models, GFS model showing most of our area at a ½ inch of rain or less. The further north you go, the more rain certainly will display. Let's switch over to the European model. European is a little more bullish with rainfall, saying that we could be talking about a ½ inch to an inch of rain, kind of widespread across central Florida. So yeah, again, just some gusty winds, some heavy downpours, all said and done though. Again, when we think about the timeline, today and tonight we're just watching the radars, but generally speaking, the timeline of the inclement weather is going to be tomorrow. All right, that said, that's our piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about what's happening already. Look through St. Louis. You're already getting the winterization of this storm system. And as it works to the south, there's Arkansas, 9 o'clock tonight. Heavy snow widespread across Arkansas. Then we look ahead to, there's 5 o'clock tomorrow, and you can see on Futurecast that squall line of storms in the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, places like Atlanta and South Carolina and North Carolina getting into the pinks. The pinks, that's ice, that's a wintry mix, that's a huge mess. Yeah, now that storm system marching through our area, but it's a huge winter's mess up to the north, and then it starts to head north from there. It looks like for now, the majority of this is going to be just stormy weather, but notice, once we get here, you see like right around New York City. If you look around New York City, notice that rain snow line is just outside the city. If we back it up, it may start off as snow, a little bit of wet flakes, and then kind of transition into rain. But what we can do here is we can kind of transition into looking at the overall picture. So look, Pittsburgh, 13 inches of snow. 8 inches of snow in State College, New York, maybe a flurry or two, no real decent accumulation, Albany. So you can kind of see there's some of the snowfall numbers as this storm system works its way to the north. But for us, important to note, for us, when we look at the stormy setup, morning through the early afternoon is the timeline. Gusty winds, maybe a strong storm or two, but we're not expecting anything to get too bad, okay? Hate working in this cold stuff, Ryan says. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I'll be feeling this in Pasco around 2 to 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that makes right. Brian, question. What are the sustained winds and what are wind gusts going to be for Ocala with the storm? Again, gusts to 45 with sustained winds running 15 to 25 miles an hour. That's kind of the idea there. My heat pump is going into the defrost cycle. There you go. Yes, Carolyn, it kind of is a cold air damming situation. Yeah, look at you getting all technical. Family in the Catskills have done their food shopping and preparation. Yeah, I mean, there's going to certainly be some snow up that way. Yeah, the Catskills, the Poconos. Peggy says, so glad we made the trip. The quick trip to Ohio Tuesday and arrived back in Florida Thursday night, 1,950 miles. Yeah, well, you're glad, I'm sure, especially with this storm system kind of playing out the way that it is. Yeah. Ryan says 45 miles per hour is an afternoon shower. I don't think I would say that. I would say 45 miles per hour is a strong afternoon storm. Okay? I'm all about keeping it real. I'm not going to hype it, but I'm also not going to belittle it. Yes, the threat is going to be that of an afternoon storm, but this time of year, you can get a few additional dynamics in play to get something a little stronger, okay? So it's at least something we're watching. It's not just a shower, though. I mean, we do think that there's going to be showers and a few thunder showers. Colleen, thank you, Eric. Very grateful for your force. Of course, my pleasure, my pleasure. Charlotte, hey, how are you, Charlotte? Good morning to you. How long until the warmer weather returns? Well, let's just look at the 7-day forecast, okay? Because look at what we do here. First off, we get even colder. So today, gorgeous, 73. It's gorgeous, right? Look at tomorrow. we've got those storms in play. It's going to be a day of inclement weather. It's going to impact you. Then for your Martin Luther King Jr. Day, it's getting chilly. Look at that high temperature, 64 degrees on Monday. Look at Tuesday's morning. Yeah, Tuesday is going to be chilly. As a matter of fact, let's just do Monday afternoon. Let's do this. All right, Monday afternoon, let's talk temperature. 64 in the city. These are highs, okay? 62 in Leesburg, 62 degrees your high temperature in Daytona Beach, 59 your high temperature on Monday afternoon. Then we get to Tuesday. Let's look at Tuesday's low temperature. 41 in the city. I think we're going to be awful close. I mean, today we hit 34 in Ocala. I think we hit 33 on Tuesday morning, and we could even be lower than that. 41 degrees New Smyrna Beach Tuesday morning, 43 degrees in Melbourne. And then we go to the afternoon. Look at this, 62 our high temperature in Ocala, 64 in Orlando. You know, that cheesy winter is coming thing is playing out. It's, you know, we've got a nice little stretch of chilly air in play. Take a look at that 7-day forecast. I love it. It's cool. We can handle it. It's cool. Can you please scroll up to my concern? This mama bear is worried. Evelyn, it would have been easier for you instead to just mention it again because I've got too many comments to scroll looking for your name. Mention your question again and I can get to it though. Cheryl, going to Crystal River. Hope it's warmer. I mean, not much. Maybe a couple of ticks. Brian, is the wind strength going to be equivalent to tropical storm force winds? In the stronger storms, sure, but not sustained. Bo, next week is looking absolutely beautiful. Glad to see it's a little colder, though. Yeah, some like it hot, some not. Love the cool weather while we have it. Going to be back into the 80s for 8 months. It's true. It's a good point. Many potted plants do not like to go below 50, Betty says. Going to be an interesting week. It's a very good point. Yeah, it's a very good point. Because I know that everybody loves to talk numbers. If you're a Buccaneers fan, here's the forecast to victory. All right, tomorrow, Raymond James Stadium, mid-60s for kickoff, and gradually falling temperatures. The good news is, because this timeline moved up the way that it did, we're going to be clearing the skies out little by little through game time. Very good. Marie, enjoying this cooler weather before the humidity. Can always dress a little warmer for these temperatures. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. So forecast looking great for the Bucks. Forecast looking great for all of us today, no matter what you're doing. But again, just plan for showers and thunder showers tomorrow morning. All right? Any questions, comments, concerns, anything? Got some in my... Anything? Anybody? I need to wake up. I need to drink more coffee. Half marathon tomorrow morning in New Smyrna Beach. So 5K maybe looking good, but I would not think, with this storm system kind of the way that it is, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people with a lot of problems as this storm system marches through. Yeah. Charlotte, is this seasonally the norm? So we are running kind of a little below average. I would say we're running a little below average. Yeah. As usual, you've soothed me. Oh, Kim, thank you, my dear. Victoria's asking, tornado possibility, ? So I think when we look at the threats for tomorrow morning, the biggest threat is going to be some gusty winds. We're not expecting there to be a high threat for severe wind gusts, a high threat for flooding, or a high threat for tornadoes at all, okay? But I will tell you, I'll be with you on Sunrise. I'll be with you on social medias, all of that fun stuff. So we'll be tracking it for you, and that's the biggest thing. John, don't rub those eyes. Just plain. I try. It doesn't work for me. Yeah. All right. Hate nighttime storms. I get it. I get it. All right. So again, let's look at Futurecast to time it out where you live. 7 a.m. is when those storms start marching into our western areas. So it doesn't look like it's going to overwhelmingly be nighttime. I think that it's going to be little by little, as the sun rises, right? Evelyn, when do I tell her to come home if she will listen? I have no idea what you're talking about, Evelyn. Are we talking tomorrow? You have to give me more than that, my dear. I'm sorry. Sancho, I love how we all talk to Eric like he controls the weather thermostat. Eric, give me cold. Yeah, it's true. As long as you know that I don't have that control, then we're okay, right? How fast is the storm front moving? Probably going to be about 40, 45 miles an hour. Yeah, Vivid says the cheap lightweight patio stuff goes into the shed. Yeah, it's smart. I mean, you know, just like in an afternoon storm during the summertime. Bless you. All right, so 7 a.m., storms are out west, marching into the Lake County area, Ocala National Forest by 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock or so, we're getting right into the metro. By about 10 o'clock, we're heading through New Smyrna Beach, and then by about 11 o'clock, it's starting to break apart, but it's working into the Space Coast, okay? All right. I already asked the questions again. Just you have to put the whole thing in there, Evelyn, because again, you've got to understand my screen moves too fast. So just you have to put your whole thought in the message at the same time, okay? Because I can't see like multiple parts because, like I said, I've got 4 different platforms that people are commenting in from. Tim says, tell Jacqueline we all said hi. Hi, Jacqueline. Tim says hi. Everybody. If we didn't have like nasty storms in the forecast, we'd have her on. Not that she can't track weather or anything, but you know, there are weather things to talk about. And so, you know, I love to have Jacqueline on when the weather's quieter, but yeah. Exactly. Yeah, when she and I are yentering it up, we can't talk weather as much. So, yeah. See you, Marie. Let's see here. Loved your broadcast from the Space Coast yesterday. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I just love covering launches. And my bosses know because I'm a real putz about it, you know? If there's a launch, I'm going to fight like crazy to cover it. Maureen says today's a Disney day. I think it's going to be a Disney day for me as well. I don't know what park you're going to, but if you see me and the family, say hi, would you? Karen's asking what's going on for Jack's Snacks. Jacqueline? What? What's the Jack's Snack? Just had a Kind Bar today, and that's it. And some coffee. There you go. There you go. How much time? Oh, 3 minutes. Okay. All right. 2.5, actually. All right. So there you go, my friends. Storms tomorrow. I will do an afternoon update today, okay? I will do an afternoon update today. I don't usually do it during the weekends, but because we've got those storms moving in, I will do an afternoon update today, all right? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Hope you guys and gals have a great one. I will see you this afternoon at 3:30 for the afternoon update, okay? All right, be good, everybody.